Hello everyone, this is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald bringing you a reading here for today's February 5th, 2023. This is the full moon in Leo, so we definitely have a burst of this fiery energy coming in, really giving us the time to connect with our fiery energy, our confidence, our socializing, really having a potential here though to bring in some drama. So if this is sounding like igniting your passions, there is a chance here for our ego to kind of get in the way of things that we're hoping to manifest. So just be mindful of that as you're moving forward. So stepping into the energy here, I'm using the tarot deck, the traditional Rider-Waite deck, to pull a couple of cards. That's my go-to deck. It's just what I like to use. We have the Lovers card coming out with the Death card. Now, this is really an energy here where I feel like you have been in a place maybe where you're feeling like you're out in the desert. Nothing is growing, right? There's not a lot of water. When we talk about water, we're talking about emotions as well. So maybe you're feeling a lack of passion, and maybe you're feeling as though without that water, things are just not growing within your personal life, within relationships, work situations, however that resonates for you. Feeling like there is a little bit of a constricted energy, okay? And so with that, it's kind of like stopping you from kind of going with the flow, stopping you from growing or achieving what you're really hoping to achieve. But this Leo moon really has the potential to kind of like kick it off, help you to transform. With that Death card, that's really an opportunity here to kind of help you to take it next level. And this is great energy to kind of harness. I really feel this full moon has a potential, as you work with this energy, to help you to release what is no longer serving you. I think that has the potential to really powerfully help you to remove obstacles that have been kind of placed in your path for so long, maybe even years, right? And so big chills with that, definite validation with that. So I love that. I think it's important with this to really be mindful of the stories that we're telling ourselves. I think it's important to not identify with an older version of you or versions of yourself that you have in the past learned from, right? Really start to connect with an energy of what you're hoping to manifest and start telling yourself that story, and really in connecting with your past energy. This could be a time to pay attention to your dreams. I feel as though your ancestors could be trying to connect with you in your dreams. So if you do any dream journaling, if you do any journaling at all, maybe keep that journal by your bed. Pay attention to what's coming up and start jotting down little notes as you wake up, anything that you can remember, colors, feelings, all the things, and start to really process that as you meditate with that, because it could really hold a lot of clues as you move forward as to maybe stories that you've identified with as a result of ancestral, generational things that have been happening and that you weren't even aware of. You're just playing out repeatedly in this life as a result of things that have happened in the way past, right? So it's about breaking those generational curses. So, I feel like this is really a time where this next level could happen for you, right? And so I think that this also is attesting to our desire, right? This is about making a conscious choice, a desire to wanting things, and then a commitment to making that happen, right? When we're talking about the Leo energy, we're talking about loyalty and commitment. The Leo's very loyal. And so, if you have been in a space where you feel like you are lacking a passion for, within a relationship, or lacking a passion for things that you used to love, right? This is a time to rekindle that. And I feel with that, it's almost again like you're going to be falling in love again, right? But it's starting over, okay? So this lack of passion, it just kind of happened, and it happened over time. Now, it could have been within a relationship. It could be within a circumstance. Maybe this something that you used to love so much and you put so much time and energy and effort into, and you're just feeling like, this isn't for me. Now, maybe this is something that you actually have to change in your life. Okay, so taking action toward a different direction, towards something that you could find yourself falling in love with, right? That could be your call. But if this is something that you know is your life's purpose, if it isn't within a relationship, then this is just about reigniting that passion, because it's about falling in love with this, reigniting that passion over and over again. And as you do, it's almost as if you find this deeper level of passion each time that you do that. Maybe you've experienced that in the past, where you have had that lack of passion come in, it waned a bit, but it always came back. Maybe this is the longest that it's been away, and you're like, oh my gosh, is it ever going to come back? But you're ready now. You're ready to really embrace this, and you really want to make this happen. And so, I feel like it's almost as if falling in love over and over again with your partner, right? It happens throughout your lifetime, right? As you both change and grow, you find new things to love about each other. And, as this situation or these circumstances continue to unfold for you, you find more and more excitement for it, right? And so the message here is really that it has to grow first, right? You want it to grow first, okay? But the plan really is, you can't allow a plant, you can't just expect a plant to just be growing in the middle of the desert, right? It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't just happen like that. You have to put the work in, right? That seed has to come in by the wind, and it has to land in the sand, and it has to be buried, and it has to have some sort of water to grow, right? So you're over there expecting this passion to rekindle out of nowhere. I'm just going to start doing the things I always used to do, and then this passion will come back. Well, maybe, right? That might work. Or it might help get to that space, but you have to do this with some sort of a desire or intention, right? So it's about planting those seeds. So what seed are you planting with the intention to kind of rekindle what once was, right? It's not going to happen out of nowhere. This is something that you have to nurture. You have to plant the seed, and you have to water it, and then, of course, continue to plant more seeds and reinvent yourself along the way, right? It's a big process. And so, I feel like this has a potential to grow into a very beautiful thing for you, a wonderful thing, something that you're waiting for, something you've been wanting for quite a while in your life. I feel as though part of connecting with that energy, I feel a sense of nostalgia coming in with that. Now, when we talk about nostalgic love, for these, nostalgic love within these circumstances, nostalgic love within your relationship, whatever that is for you, it's about thinking of those special moments or those special times from the past, and getting that sense of wonder with it, or that sense of awe from that, where you're like, oh, that's what it was. I really love that, right? And that has the potential to stir up some passion, to stir up those feelings, and really has the potential to increase your level of satisfaction within that circumstance, within that relationship, right? And really has a sense of boosting that level of commitment to taking action on that, right? And really helping you to rekindle that, okay? So we're talking about this Leo moon. We're talking about the sense of loyalty and commitment, and that's what comes in with that. And so how are you building that? Now, what I feel with that comes in with that is you have potential to create this and then move forward almost like living in infamy. I just feel like there's this potential for others to kind of look up to you, to draw a sense of awe and wonder from that as well from you, as you move into living in that space where you're very passionate and working from that space of feeling rekindled in that passion. Whether that is you're in a very strong, lasting relationship, or you're in a strong, lasting commitment working towards your goals, and you're feeling very passionate about things that you were once very passionate about, and you've never strayed from that path. You've continued to put effort into it, even in times when you lacked the passion to do the things. So I feel like even inspiring yourself to continue to move forward in those things, this level of infamy will then draw people to you, right? Because you're continuing and committed. And with that, I think of like our marriages of our grandparents, like how they get to their 25th wedding anniversary or their 50th anniversary, right? And things like that are so rare these days, I think. And again, calling into question our level of commitment and working through things, because sure, their relationships weren't easier back then. It definitely probably was not always easy. They probably have the same issues that we have within relationships today. Sure, we have more probably within our relationships now, because things change in life and in society. But they probably fought their fair share of silent battles, and it took a lot of courage to do that. Now, this comes in with a caution, of course, not to let issues fall by the wayside within relationships or within cultivating that passion. If there are obstacles or barriers that you need to overcome, sure, really come up with some sort of an action plan. Address those issues head on. Don't let things fall by the wayside with that sense of nostalgia that's coming in with that as well. Okay, so that's our word of caution that's coming in, okay? And then moving into our self-care cards, because today is Sunday, Self-Care Sunday, and I haven't done a Self-Care Sunday reading in quite a while, and I just felt compelled to. I pulled a card from the Sacred Self-Care deck, which is this one. And I haven't used this one in a while either, honestly. I pulled it out, and two cards fell out immediately, which is so fitting for a full moon, because our full moon is really about releasing energy, letting things go. And I think when I talk about the Leo full moon and how I feel so strongly that things are being shifted away from our energy so much that's not serving us, it's funny that the cards that came out that popped out, and so I wanted to show you. I did actually pull another card, and I'll talk to you about it in a second, but was this one, clear your energy field and clean your space. And so I was like, oh wow, that is just so fitting, and I'm gonna keep them out because I felt like that was very purposeful. They popped right out as I was cleansing the deck. So, again, I feel with this clear your energy field and clean your space. When you are cleaning and organizing your space, getting rid of things that no longer serve you, this is really going to help to organize your own mental space. This is really going to give you a sense of clarity and moving forward, whatever action plan you need in coming up with reigniting that passion and how you can go about nurturing that passion as you move forward. I do think with this clearing your energy field, whether you do that by a simple guided meditation, that's very basic. Sitting in a quiet space, turning on some quiet music, turning on some water sounds, taking a few deep breaths and closing your eyes and visualizing that golden light falling down upon you and just cleansing out all of your energy, you'll feel a shift. And if you haven't felt the shift, sit there just a little bit longer. And if you're still having difficulty, of course, feeling the shift of just cleansing everything off of you, imagine, of course, just cleansing everything off of you that is no longer serving you. You can always call upon someone for some Reiki, some sort of an energy work if you're feeling like you just haven't felt that sense of, like that lightening of the load, because that helps to really clear out any blocks that you're having, right, in your energy field, because we can have things that happen that keep us that keep stopping us in terms of moving forward within our own energy field. And then we can also remove attachments, things that we come across during the day, people that we come across, or that are involved in our life, right? They become attached to us in certain ways. Things that are draining our energy a bit can be cleared by doing that, okay? So that's really important. And so, and above all, of course, we want to focus on our body and our cleansing in that space. And that can just simply be done by drinking lots of water, drinking your 8 cups a day, or, strive for more, of course. But if you're starting out and you're like, oh man, that's so much, I can't do that. Just drink lots of water. Just focus on, I need to drink more water, because it is so important to make sure that we are refreshing our body as well, and bringing in new energy. So this is the full moon self-care Sunday reading for you today. I do so hope this resonates for you in some way, or if it doesn't, take what resonates, leave the rest, right? Okay, because this message, some bits and pieces may be for you, and some may just resonate with you just enough that, like, oh, aha, I need to implement that. And that's okay too, because this is a general reading. Not all general readings can resonate for everybody. So if you're interested in your own personal reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. You can, of course, book a session with me on the Square site pinned in the description box below here on YouTube, or at the top of my page on Enchanted Emerald Facebook, or you can simply just email me, enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com, and we'll get something set up for you. As always, I hope you have a phenomenal day, and I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.